Have you heard Jam by Ian Wright though?
No, I haven't listened to it, but I was shocked when I saw it. I was like, nah.
He's got a new song.
I need to be
Yeah, he
to
made
listen
a
to
song.
this.
I thought it was Ian Wright, but I won't see Ian Wright. I love Jam by Ian. He's
I like
jokes,
Jam.
That was good vibes.
Cool guy, bro. Nah, anyway.
Place on the internet. This is Timeline. To my left, always bringing the banter. We have Puddy. To my right,
it's a bit of her speed Moni, and in the middle, the spiciest thing on the internet is Koi. Let's go.
This is why people get irritated with you.
Boom.
So you introduced me wrong?
What did I say? What did I say? To my left, always bringing the banter.
It's your boy Cleveland Jr. out here.
Oh.
Can I at least introduce myself?
And
of course, the spiciest thing on the internet, guys. It's Koi. How you doing? You clap again? This is beautiful. This is
Do I actually look like Cleveland Jr.?
No, you don't.
No, seriously, like, do I actually look like Cleveland?
I can see it still.
Why? Because
I
I'm
can
being
see
black.
where he got the description from.
What? Because he's black and
what? And what, sis?
And
what?
And
what?
6 foot something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And sweet. Do you know what I mean? Don't come for us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Timeline show, bunch of clowns sitting. We're never gonna read the whole thing.
No,
you guys see it on the screen. You will see it on the screen.
Okay.
So
watch them, pause it, and listen to it carefully.
Whoever watched the episode, I think it's like 2 episodes back now. I made a claim that Sam was Asian, and I guess he's not Asian, and he was not happy about that.
Okay.
The whole thing was, without going into too much detail about how he felt and what he said and whatnot. Like, his whole thing is he thinks that like I'm just doing this for clout and whatnot. And like I was thinking about it, and I was thinking like, the obvious sort of response is to just come back on here and be like, well, I'm not doing it for clout, guys, and blah blah blah. I want to do this and that. And I think it's kind of pointless. Like, all I'm just gonna leave it with is, at the end of the day, like, and I don't want to sound all sentimental and shit, but God knows your heart. God knows why you do shit at the end of the day, and He sees why other people do shit. And the energy that you put out in the world is what you're going to get back. At the end of the day, I know why I do this, and he probably knows why he responded how he did. Yeah. We're all gonna die one day. I was watching Nipsey Hussle's thing on funeral. I was just like, yo, we're gonna die one day anyway. At the end of the day, there's only one judge at the end of the day.
You're gonna die when he catches you slipping.
Boy, that's what he goes down. We're all just gonna be walking just for the back of our head.
Man's gonna sting you to death, cuz. But listen, at the end of the day, I think on the keeping it real tip, you didn't say anything crazy about him, did you?
So I haven't seen that response.
He probably just thought he could pick on you because you're an easy target. Whatever his background is, I don't think he should have come at you the way he did.
Yeah.
But
I was surprised. I
was surprised by the
amount
response,
of stuff we say on this show, and none of it is ever like malicious, really. But the amount of stuff we say on the show, I never thought somebody was gonna come with that energy for like incorrectly saying someone's nationality. But everyone's entitled.
I saw he was gonna go to his album launch.
Mixtape launch, yeah.
Shit, but you'd have got done up, cuz. Man, made you take shit.
No, actually.
You should have just gone for.
Do you know what my biggest fear is now?
You should have worn a mask. You wouldn't have known it was you.
My biggest fear.
I said belly.
My biggest fear is walking down the street, smash, someone bottles me, kicks the shit out of me, Papa does me in. Wait. Papa does me in.
Start singing.
No. Then it turns out it wasn't even him. Like, I've still got it. like it was just another nigga that just done me in, and I'm still fucked.
Oh man.
I'm glad that you're okay, and let's yeah.
Shout out to M Honcho, man. Shout out to you.
Oh yeah, his tape just dropped as well.
Because you are a fan of his, so regardless of what you think.
Yeah.
Game's the game.
Is what it is. Hustler, baby.
Why did he make me so happy? Like, it must have been mad. Must have been mad. Crazy, the energy in there must have been insane.
I feel like J Huss was like sitting in like on his wing or whatnot, talking to, what do they call them? They call them screws, innit?
Yeah.
Like the CEOs and like they call them screws.
The guards,
yeah, and like watch, like you see tomorrow, I'm gonna be on stage with the biggest artist in the world, and they were like, Sure you are, mate. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause they probably don't even. Do you reckon they know who he is like that?
Of course they
Yeah,
do.
they do.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Of course, it's Jay Hush, fam.
Like, they might just think he's like waffling. Like, yeah, I'm coming out to Drake tomorrow.
No, but imagine from pen to stage.
That's crazy.
That is
that's crazy energy,
insane. I need to do more with my life.
I'm
like,
going from bed to bus stop. that's the people.
That must be a proper good vibe. I mean,
no, right?
you keep it real. The performance was a bit, but it was a really good vibe. It was a
I
really
didn't
good
watch your
vibe.
performance.
I think
No, but
crowd-
he just kind of know it's not the crowd, it's him. He didn't sing. He didn't Jay Huss it. He just. I'm Jay Huss, but he didn't Jay Huss
out-
it.
he
So
put it out
I hear
practice
him,
though,
I
innit?
allow him. Nah, I'm not
I
hearing
feel
that.
like the
He had all
crowd
the
don't
time
have
to
the
practice.
energy.
But he's practicing
Man said
in
he had
a,
all the
he's
time.
practicing in a room. Like,
Yeah, but you had time to practice. But you know what it is? I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I watched it. I was a bit underwhelmed. I was very happy for him because obviously I don't want to. I was upset at him for what he'd done to himself before, but I was happy for him to bounce back like this. However, I would have just liked it if when he came out, he sang his songs like with the spirit that you claim to always have had. Put that in your music, bro. I want to feel it on that kind of stage. I just wanted to feel it. You feel me?
did you guys
Were
see?
you there?
No, I was on Instagram stories.
Did you guys?
What?
You said it again like you was in the room.
No, but from watching it, I was
Yeah, you
like,
wanted
ah,
more.
come on, bro. Like, give
But
me
it's
that.
probably
You're
really
Jay Huss.
hard to match the energy
It's
of
not.
all
He's
these
Jay
people.
Huss, bruv. You saw him. He said, I'm back. I'm hungry and uglier than ever.
The ugliest I've ever been, the hungriest I've ever.
Show me, cuz. Show me. You didn't seem ugly and hungry. You seemed like you was living it, cuz. Show me you're hungry.
Did you see the backlash he received from the people then?
Who, Huss?
What?
Yeah,
That we were
those
celebrating
people.
him.
Yeah, that how you celebrating someone that came out from whatever he did and blah blah blah.
Okay, two things with that, yeah. One, like I feel like there's just a human quality in anything. Every time you see another human being winning, like, and you feel like you're familiar or related, you just feel that kind of sense of pride, especially if they don't stand for anything that you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Secondly, he went to prison.
Yeah.
Like, he did a crime. He got punished for the crime.
Did the time.
Are you then asking me to continue that? Because no one's celebrating what he did. Like, nobody said don't put. Like, no one said okay. Well, I didn't say don't put him away. Like, but no one's like. I just feel like sometimes people need to just deal with the bigger issues in life. Do you know what I mean? There's a bill that hasn't been paid.
Yeah.
There's hair that hasn't been done. There's things. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Jay Huss is one of our biggest artists in the UK urban scene. He's one of he's one of the most like prominent young boys out here. So for him to come home, it is a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, we celebrate American artists when they are out of jail. We don't even care about them. Jay Huss is someone we can touch. What he did was stupid. For any reason, whether you like it or not, it was daft. However, we all want to see him reach the potential he has. So for him to come back and then to come back on a stage with an artist as big as Drake, whether we care about Drake, Jay Huss, that personally, it's just like, wow, imagine this.
Yeah. Right?
And the UK scene is still growing and all of us have seen the UK scene grow, so we enjoy that. It's not so much about the crime he did. And to be fair, the crime he did wasn't that bad. He didn't stab anyone. He had a knife on him, which is bad, but he didn't stab someone. So it's not like we're celebrating the crime, we're celebrating the freedom of this young black guy. So we're happy for him. You know what I mean? Fuck all them bitter. The internet is full of upset people who talk shit and don't do shit with their lives, so fuck them. You know what I mean? You know what I was waiting for. Come on. Come on.
I feel like MoStack must be jokes. I feel like you must be hilarious.
He's got mad sauce.
What you lot expecting for the album?
Good songs.
I'm not gonna lie, I have faith in Mo. Like, I know DJ Matthews, is like, he thinks MoStack has just been bringing out pants music, right? But he didn't say pants, but he said pants. Yeah. So I feel like Mo probably just has an environment where he thrives most, and maybe it's with friends or whatever. I'm expecting 2 songs that I won't like, and the rest of them will be good. That's my
good.
prediction.
That's actually quite good.
Yeah, like, I'm expecting 2 that I don't
how
like.
many songs would you say the album will be?
I think
like,
there's
how many
gonna
tracks?
be. Hold on, speak to me. I think there's gonna be 9.
9 songs on the album, and you won't like 2, so you like 7 out of 9.
Yeah.
That's good. I wish you could place bets
might
on
be
that.
11.
It's been a longer album.
Boom.
Well, you see my thing, I think whatever this MoStack and Jay Huss song that's on the album is, it's gonna be fucking scary setting. It's gonna be amazing. Do you know what I think it's gonna be amazing? Yeah. No, I'm so excited. Dave and Jay Huss, they did Disaster in 2017.
Oh, word.
Did they?
Yeah, is that? Oh, please, God, please. I think.
You believe,
I read.
yeah?
No. I read. Dave and Jay Huss did Disaster. Recorded Disaster in 2017.
The legacy of
I think I need
everyone
to.
chose
We
on
need
you,
to
right?
fact checking mid episode.
I wish I could sing one of
We
his
need
lyrics
to
right
bring
now.
back. We need to bring back the fact check. But yeah, okay. David J. Huss did Disaster in 2017.
You see that mask in his head?
So no, but think about it though. For MoStack to be like, I haven't got anything in the archives with Huss that's good enough yet.
Yeah.
I need him to come home to lay a new verse down. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking. It has to be like a whole new level. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a whole new setting on there.
Yeah,
Because he
Like,
said,
maybe for like music heads, it has to be a whole new level. But to capture the scene right now, I'm telling you, tick box. Like
bro,
It's just
it's-
a
having
Huss
Jay
feature.
Huss and having MoStack on a song, that's already 2 boxes ticked.
I'm still bubbling to Fisher, man. You feel me? So I'm surprised they didn't even drop a video for that. So I feel like whatever they will do, they have good chemistry together.
Yeah.
So I think regardless, they have good chemistry together. So that'll be a good look. But I didn't even listen to MoStack's last album. I just heard I've heard a lot of his songs and I saw a lot of the reviews of his last album. So
I have had a tape.
whatever he put out, his project. So I have faith in him.
Yeah.
For the masses, not for me personally, but for the masses. So I think he'll be all right, and I know the Huss feature will be good. I think we'll kind of accept it regardless of what it is anyway.
Jay1 just text you. How quick are you gonna reply? She tried to tell me that she ain't gonna beat, but the ting got wet when I touched the fires. Everybody's on a madness.
Perfect.
Charlie Sloth did it. Charlie Sloth loves are perfect.
Yeah. So is there something wrong with that bar?
So basically, people are saying that, you know, obviously rape cult is perpetuating rape culture and it's a mad lyric to say, and how can you say that and whatnot.
Fam, anyone who's taking that the wrong way can go suck up, bruv. They need to go get some dick in their lives, because I promise you it's girls who's making that, and it's probably unattractive women that's making that comment.
be money, man.
I'm saying what I said.
What does that
outside,
even
but
mean?
Do you know why? Because Getz has a bar.
What?
Getz has a bar where he said, Getz said, she's told me we're not gonna. I don't remember the actual bar. So in a recent song, I can't remember who's with it, but he says, she goes, oh, she said we're not gonna have sex. I told her you are. That's confidence. It's funny how the same thing acts like a compliment. That bar is more problematic.
But that doesn't take away from whether people see in one situation, don't see in another situation.
All right, you're a girl. What's rapey about that, please?
No, so that's what I'm saying. When I first heard it, I was like, so the girl said, so this is the scenario I'm seeing in my head. The girl said, we're not having sex. He touched her thigh and she got wet. The reason that's an issue is because that has been, the reason why people, I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I didn't think, but then I thought about I'm trying to understand people's point of view. I think it's because that has been used as a basis to justify people overstepping their boundary. And that's what people have taken away from it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, that's not what I got from it. I got, the girl said she's not gonna have sex.
He still touched her thigh though.
But she touched her thigh, she got wet, and then the song ended there. There wasn't another lyric say, but I just, however, you can't ignore people's point of view. And I also feel like people are trying to shit on that, like step on that, because they realize that some people genuinely think that that's justification for crossing the boundary. So they're just fighting that. So, you say stuff, people are going to come, you say stuff, people are totally entitled to come at you if they feel like they disagree with it.
They can, but it's not every day come and put your negativity on young people, like young black boys, young black men. We're always fighting for young black women. Let's fight for young black men.
People fight for young black men.
I'm fighting, but I'm fighting for this young black man. He's got a bar where he said that he touched her thigh, she got wet, he's got sauce. That's what he's about. Yeah. He's been talking about that. All of a sudden, you're going to now throw...
But people have said clearer things and still have it misinterpreted.
That's cool.
That's a risk.
I'm talking about him. You don't need to throw him all the way in the rape end. No. We see that rape thing. Let me tell you something. The reason why I don't play with that word is because that's a stain on a t-shirt you can never remove. So to be just throwing rape and rape culture, I'm tired of this shit. Like when young guys talk about certain things. But listen, at the end of the day, that bar is not the worst rap bar you've heard in your life. It's not the most rapey bar. He just said, I touched her thigh, she still got wet. Not she still got wet and I'm taking that as consent. Not that she still got wet and I had sex with her. I touched her thigh, she got wet. End of. Like,
I genuinely think he meant it innocently.
There we go.
I think people who probably had an experience or have heard people say that same line to justify things were triggered, and they are fair 100%.
Don't listen to his song then, but don't blame him on being a
I think it's just like a sign of the time sort of thing. Like, you know, when like
sensitive.
When it's a sensitive time. Do you know what I mean? Even on Twitter, that was a sensitive week. Do you get what I'm saying in regards to that topic? And because of that, something that may have been taken one way one week can be taken a lot worse another week.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
How old is he?
I have no idea.
Anyone know how Jay1 is?
I'm going to take a guess and say 22.
Young boy, you get me? Like, you don't need that. You're successful all of a sudden. And you know what's annoying, yeah? It's probably black women as well. Like, I'm not even to do the thing, but it's our people. People
But
talk
you
about our
can
people.
argue that's just because
The
hip-hop is a...
demographic,
yeah, the
that is
demographic
That's
is
them,
like-
because when you go
it's
to
a
the
black
concert,
audience.
most of the people who's going to be in the concert is going to be white people. Why is it every time you see someone popping, why are you going to bring rape culture against this young boy?
Wait,
But
hold on.
that's
Do you,
dead,
do you know?
fam.
You know
That's
that
dead.
isn't related to color. You know,
It
people
does.
do
It
that.
is because
No.
everyone,
I hear this
everything
way too
else
much
we
and
say,
it's
everything
tiring.
else we say, black people or black men or black women. This time I'm saying black women.
People
innit?
being
Boom.
offended by something and jumping on something
Fam, free
is
J1,
not
innit?
color related.
Free J1, innit? You get
He's
me?
not in
Don't
prison.
associate my young boys. I don't even rate the guy, cause I don't know where he came out from, yeah. But do your thing, my brother. Don't ever let no one talk to you like that. That's disgusting.
So in
You
terms
don't
of his
deserve that.
response, what was his response? Sorry, let's say that.
I hear what you're saying. Don't hear what they're saying. They're chatting shit, cause
Don't hear them. Fully understand where you lot are coming from though, and why you take it the wrong way. But some people are just moving bitter, and they love seeing a young boy lose. I tried it today, and some people hated it. KMT.
Facts.
And I've heard that.
Stormzy cancels gig over weapon search. Now you see why this headline is funny, yeah? Like this, you know, this headline doesn't even actually say what really happened.
Yeah.
BBC News have just
Minimize
compressed
it to the tiniest
story
thing ever.
into the tiniest thing. So basically, from what he said on Snapchat, and please put up the Snapchat clips of Snapchat.
Insta story. IG
Yes.
story.
Oh, was it Insta story?
I think it was IG story.
Oh, the Insta story post as well.
Yeah.
He said that they were aggressively, well, firstly they were racially profiled, and they were aggressively searched and treated aggressively by was it security
Security.
at the
Yeah.
snow bombing
Yeah.
festival in Austria, because
Austria.
yeah, it's in Austria,
Because
because
snow in it.
Okay.
it was in Box Park.
That's not why I was saying that, but like,
Yeah,
because
I'm
I've had
joking,
other
yeah.
people that have gone there, and it can be quite rough if you're a person of color.
So
Yeah. So he refused to obviously perform as the festival didn't they didn't deal with it properly, and he's a man of principle, and I respect that. What's your guys' thoughts on the whole thing?
I totally agree with him. Like, I think people that don't come from, okay, so for me personally, I've seen how rough security can be on just like going to uni in Leicester. I see how rough security can be. Like, hearing about it is different from seeing it. Can be really horrible. So if you're getting that and you're talent, you're actually the talent, and you're perhaps seeing other talent not get that reaction, it's going to make you feel like you lot do not respect me and you do not appreciate me. And I feel like the best way to speak is put your money where your mouth is. And that's exactly what Stormzy did. He put his money where I'm sure he lost out on some money. Yes, people lost out on being able to go. But if you're a real fan of Stormzy, maybe you also care about the plight of people, like young black men. I don't know.
Yeah.
I rate Stormzy. That's the honest truth. I do rate him. I do rate like the stuff we hear about him. I think we overcredit him sometimes, because I think any of us would do the same thing. It's like we had this conversation about if Dylan White and AJ was going to rush both of us, and he told you just wanted to rush me. You said you wouldn't leave me. I don't believe you. I think, but at the same time, if I go somewhere and I'm performing and you mistreat my boys, I'm not going to perform. I think anybody who has a loyalty to their friends will do the same thing, especially if
I
there's...
don't think everyone has that much.
No,
integrity,
if it's
you know.
your boys and somebody, bruv, we're black, race is a sensitive issue to us. I think a lot of us, I'm not saying all of us, I think a lot of us will be like, right, you can't treat my boys like that and perform. I think a lot of us.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to discredit him.
That's
I just feel like,
quite a fair point,
I think
actually.
what the point I'm making is that I think because he has this, he has a good track record of speaking out against issues that concern the disadvantaged pockets of communities, whether it's the Grenfells or the black people or black women. He does speak out against these things. So I think we're quick to credit him. And I'm not trying to discredit him. I'm just saying I just think a lot of us will do the same thing.
I disagree. I think a lot of people wouldn't do the same thing.
Why do you think that?
This takes me back to, and I don't like talking about Americans on the show, but it
Talk
takes
about
me
British
back
people
to
then.
no, because the example I'm using is American, unfortunately.
Okay.
If you remember, Steve Harvey was talking about, in order to succeed in entertainment, you've got to play the game.
What if it's this
Niggas
with
talking about Steve Harvey.
Yes,
what's her
where
name?
he's talking about you've got to play the
Steve
game.
Harvey, not talking
Yeah,
about
we
Steve
talk-
Harvey with his boys. No, that's dead. This
I'm
guy-
talking
this guy is
about
dumb.
people. I feel like a lot of people feel like they've got to play the game, and they'll perform and they'll go home and talk about it, or they'll
That's
they'll
fair.
perform and they'll go home and talk about
Or
it.
they'll perform for a short part of their career, and then when they're at a certain level,
Yeah,
they can be active.
then they'll
then
start.
they have the power. Because that's another way.
Did-
of
But
working
I don't blame them for doing that either. Do you know what I mean? Because
so
you might
that's
still
why
feed
we
your boy that
credit
just got racially
Stormzy.
profiled. You might feed him with that money that you just performed with. Like, sorry, bro, let me perform. I'll get you this bread. You get me?
Didn't MoStack get racially abused and still bought the trainers or something stupid like that? Was that MoStack?
I remember.
So he said he had it was some shoes from I've forgotten what the brand was, Chanel.
Chanel,
Chanel.
yeah.
He said he had a really bad experience.
But he still.
But he still bought them, did he?
So, he's just gonna
These are the
get
last
one
shoes.
more.
Yeah, last fair, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think that someone like Stormzy, with how he, makes racists uncomfortable, and how outspoken he is, do you think eventually the scene or the industry or whatever you want to call it are just gonna try and replace him with someone that panders? Or do you think he's got his fan base is strong enough that he can keep on, I guess, making racists uncomfortable?
Two things, I think. First of all, I think they can't replace him with someone who panders. That's not how they work. What they do is they wait for him to fuck up.
Yeah.
And then they jump on it, and they jump on it, and jump on it hard. And they wait for him to fuck up in a way that maybe his fans also are shook by it.
Yeah.
And then that's how they try and get him down. I think in terms of fans, fans are a bit weird because they go so hard for you as long as they remember you, I feel like sometimes. I do think Stormzy needs to come out with some new music. And I don't see Stormzy fucking up or anything like that, but I do feel like if Stormzy does something a bit iffy now, he's got a solid fan base, but he doesn't need to bring music. He needs to keep feeding his fans. But yeah, that's how I think they work. So I don't think they can replace him. But he needs to watch his, not watch his step, but yeah.
I don't think they can really. I mean, of course, they can kind of replace him in terms of who they promote more.
Yeah.
But I think Stormzy has done quite a lot and solidified himself in our industry.
Yeah.
And amongst our community. Do you know what I mean? So he keeps it real with his own people.
Yeah.
And I think that in itself will always have the backing of his fellow black people.
Yeah.
He's got the black people, he's got the
Yeah.
Christian community behind him, he's got just a lot of the kind of like philanthropist kind of community behind him, so I think he'll always be okay in that sense. He can even go to America because he's kind of touched there a little bit as well. So yeah,
That's
he's
lit.
got a bit of a following.
And also,
there.
I feel like anytime someone goes on this wave that Stormzy's gone on, it's usually because they're not just doing music anymore.
The woke wave.
Not woke wave, but like fearlessly talking about whatever they want to talk about.
The wave of wokeness.
Okay, I like that way, but I do feel like that's because they're not just doing music anymore.
Yeah.
Stormzy's got businesses, Stormzy's got shows, he's got.
Scholarships.
So now, if you don't want to check his music, like the
cool.
music industry can't hurt you on your business like that. Do you know what I mean?
And
So-
then on the flip side as well, in the same way, he's got to put music out. You need to live to put music out. He needs to have more experiences to put music out. So maybe he's just in the phase of living, and then he'll bring you out another. Because his music is not. It's not empty. He's not an empty vessel. He actually does. I honestly didn't listen to his last album, but I know that.
Really?
I refuse to listen to it because I didn't like the way he spoke to me on the internet. But it's cool. But at the end of the day, I know that from the background, from the feedback, a lot of people saw the depth of it. So I think I listened to a lot of the songs on it. Don't get it twisted. I didn't listen to the album in its entirety, but I've heard a lot of songs off the album. But I feel like,
Worst
do you get what I'm trying to
boycott
say though? Like when you don't listen to the album, well, you can't help but hear Stormzy's music. And I was a fan of Stormzy's before. It's just like you said with Emma Huncho, he's dissed you, he's pissed man off, but I rate man.
Forgive Stormzy.
Nah, man,
Let's
because
listen
when
to
someone
Stormzy.
who's got a big profile says something about you on the internet, it burns you, you know.
I know.
It burns you.
I know. People-
But
I
alright,
know people
cool.
call you a
But
fuck-
that aside, what I was
people
trying to
call you a
say, what
baboon.
I was trying to say is that Stormzy's music.
Stormzy called you a baboon.
No, I said
no,
people
he
were
said
in my
something.
Instagram comments calling me a
Listen,
baboon.
forget all that. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that
stay off
the
Instagram,
music he
isn't it?
puts out is not. Some people put out champagne. Some people put out wine. Wine is something that's put in the cellar. It takes time to grow. It takes time to manifest. You know what I mean, to get into what it's meant to. So he needs to go and make his wine, and then he'll put it out to the masses, and that's how he gets like the kind of albums he gets. Boom.
I like red wine. It's lit.
Oh yeah.